Yo everyone, what's going on? Couriway here, and today I have a really awesome, unique video for you guys, and it's something that I really wanted to do once I got my setup back to try and de-rust. This is me running my 1.16 world record in under 10 minutes. I really wanted to try and do this. I knew it was going to be possible, and it honestly didn't take me as long as I thought it was going to be. Let me just start out by saying I wanted to run this as close to a random seed as possible. You know, I still throw Eyes of Ender. I obviously still go to the village. I try to not take really anything for granted. And I really hope that this run kind of shows that. I really tried my best to do that. And I honestly, genuinely think that this shows that, you know, sub 10 is very challenging. I went into this thinking that sub 10 is super possible. I am leaving it less optimistic about sub 10, to be honest. This did take less time than I thought, but it did take a lot of attempts, and there's a lot of things that just have to go absolutely perfect. So I could talk about the village really fast. The way that I decided to do the village was I didn't want to grab all the beds that I grabbed last time. In the world record, I grabbed like 8 beds. I didn't need that, especially with the new one cycling things. I only needed 5, so I picked the 5 houses that kind of made the most sense for that. And it's also something that I could very much do on the fly, so doing that beforehand wasn't even really a thing. That's something that I feel very confident doing in a random run. And then I kind of played around this golem too, because I knew the golem was going to spawn in the center of the village. So these 2 houses made the most sense. At first I was trying to do a 4 bed, and that just didn't work, so I wanted to do 5. I get this flint pretty fast. I had some runs where I got the flint right away. Also, having this gravel here is amazing because, again, in my world record, I didn't realize that. And the biggest time save from the world record is this right here. So this is the way that I should have gone in the actual world record. Like, this is the most logical way to go, and I just don't go this way. This makes sense because of river, because there's desert, there's savanna, and there's a lava pool right over here. Now, a lot of times when I was running this, you would see the flames from the lava pool actually pop up here. In this run, it doesn't. So you'd end up not seeing that. But there's a really nice spot that I can put my water bucket on immediately, and then I'm able to just make the portal. So yeah, the Nether is a bit different as well. I play this a bit differently. Shout out to 11 billion for a really cool route on bridges, which I'm going to be using from now on. I don't actually remember if I use this exactly how he does. I don't even actually remember if I used it in this run. But I'll definitely leave 11 billion's video and channel in the description. I highly recommend you check it out. It's an awesome tutorial on a really cool strat for bridge bastions. And if you are running 1.16 point run, speedrunning it, I highly recommend you check it out. So yeah, I'm grabbing the gold blocks. I only grab 11 because I really don't need the 16. That's another thing that's in 11 billion's video, but it also makes sense for this since I already have the 7 obsidian. I'm really just relying on trades here. Realistically, I need 3 pearl trades, maybe 4 if I get unlucky, maybe 5 if I get super unlucky. But I'm realistically going for 3 or 4. And I'm throwing this gold really high here so that all piglins see it, and then I'm placing this lava so that it's going to burn the hoglins but not burn the gold, which is obviously super important in what I want to do. Now, some people who are more familiar with hypermodern may be curious on why I decided to even grab beds from the village instead of just rushing the water or the lava. That's because I didn't want to be reliant on the string from bastions when I was resetting this. I wanted to just really focus on as little things as possible from the bastion. So this is the 11 billion thing. Basically, you make a bridge here, and then you place a block of gold and break it, and then it's going to cause all these piglin down here or up here to get mad at you. You throw some gold, and they will stand on the blocks, and then you can break the blocks. Sometimes they fall off on their own, and they'll just fall down and grab the gold, and you get more piglin to trade with. And it's not really a time waste at all because the piglin on the ground are still trading with like the stack or so of gold that you already threw at them. So it's a really cool thing. Again, the video link is in the description for a way more in-depth tutorial. Definitely go show 11 billion some love. He is an absolutely awesome runner. So yeah, I get a lot of pearls here. I'm really waiting on a fire res, I believe. I get the 10 obsidian I need, and I have no fire res. I get it, and I decide to wait for a second one. This could have been faster. This is about the only thing in the run that could have been faster. I really liked going with 2. I end up leaving with just this one once it takes me a bit longer. My target time for leaving the bastion was 5 minutes, so that's kind of what I was shooting for. I'm realizing I'm not getting it, so I'm just going. And yeah, pearl over to the fortress. You guys can see I pearl at a different spot. It kind of makes sense to pearl from where I was since I was trading on that left side now. And I think that pearl is also, super realistic to kind of gauge a view of where I'm going. And this is the really crazy part of the run. Similar to the world record, this part is absolutely insanity. And I think this is actually going to change how people start to play fortresses after you get a bastion like this. So I really want to just talk about how I play this. So I decide to go for this far spawner first, and I played really far around just blaze spawns in general rather than the spawner. Kind of similar to the world record where I run to the left side of the spawner that you guys see on screen now, and kind of sit on the roofs playing for those blazes. I'm doing that now with blazes over here on the right. I'm doing that for blazes over there. You see me throw another pearl, and just pearling around literally to the blazes saves a ton of time. I actually had a run that was utilizing this that was sub 9 minutes that I'll leave in the description. And it was the first run that I had going that made it to the 1 cycle, and I just choked it. I wasn't familiar with the new bed mechanics, and then immediately after, I decided to figure out the 1 cycle, like the new 1 cycle where you use the like set seed strats of the obsidian. I had no idea how to do that, and after I failed it once on a sub 9, I was like, yeah, let's learn how to do that. So my target time for leaving here was about 7 minutes. I really knew that I needed to leave this fortress by 7 minutes if I wanted to have a shot, because I knew how like spot on the RSG part of the actual run is. Like in the actual world record, everything basically past exiting the Nether is almost flawless. So I knew this had to be good. I actually had a couple runs die to not having enough blaze rods as well, because I'd leave with 6, and since it's a 0 eye, if one eye broke, I'd instantly have to reset, which kind of sucked. But luckily that obviously doesn't happen this time. And I'm trying to think of anything else super crazy that happens. But you could see, like, I'm trying to play this really similar to a random seed, right? I'm throwing the eyes. I think making the portal was another kind of weirdish thing compared to, and I missed this eye again, dude. It's just a curse. I think making that portal there is a bit weird. I should have pressed F3 in hindsight, because I think that's still a realistic thing for me to do. Making the portal while killing the blazes, especially since the spawner's right there when I know it's a good spot. And not know it's a good spot because I've played the seed, but know it's a good spot because of the coordinates. I think it's really smart while you're waiting for the blazes to spawn to just make that portal. So I think that is a realistic thing that I would do now. This run honestly just really helped me realize what I can do to be faster. There's, like I said, like there's a lot of things that make this legit. This is actually a really cool thing that I do here. Not trying to toot my own horn, but I throw my ender pearl throw. I screw it up. So I time it just right so that I can get another one off and not be stuck at the bottom of the ocean. I think that was the coolest thing I did in this run. And then we obviously do 4-4 strats. And at this point, I'm thinking that I'm not fast enough, which is insane. This shows how absolutely mind-boggling sub 10 is. I thought I wasn't fast enough going down at 8 minutes. And I had a pretty good perch, and I kind of knew what I was doing here. I screw up awfully here. This is the worst part of the run. This is something I really want to get better at. The first person I saw do this was Harriot. He did it in Nether fortresses when it would be a 3 high ceiling and then just like spam block underneath you. So it would be like you're jumping on a 2 high thing. And I really wanted to try and implement that in the Stronghold. I think it can actually be really, really fast, but I screwed it up there, which kind of sucks, but more of a proof of concept thing, and I actually nailed it in one run. I don't remember if that was the sub 9 or not, but remember, I'll leave the sub 9 in the description. I highly recommend you watch it. It's very similar to this, but I get an absolute god perch, and I just play it a bit faster in a couple of other ways. I think I get better trades, but I'm still super happy with this. Again, this just shows how insane sub 10 really is. This isn't the best seed in the world, but obviously it's a really great seed. So, yeah, I'm trying to think if I have really anything else to say while I'm waiting for this dragon to perch. Oh, north-south. This is something that I didn't do in the world record. I was not comfortable with north-south at the time. I now am more comfortable. I have a really good grasp of when the dragon's going to perch, which is the hardest thing. Like, I knew kind of instantly when that was going to happen, and now it is just a 1 cycle. I actually do this on the wrong side, but it doesn't matter. I end up, it switches actually, so it ends up working out. But yeah. That is the run. Very cool. And yeah, I think I'll let the my my IRL reaction, because I actually recorded that. I recorded the audio. I'll play my IRL reaction now. Just play it over. But thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. This run was absolutely awesome. And I will see you again hopefully soon for another video. If you have any video suggestions, by the way, definitely leave a comment down below. And I will see you all later. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. Oh my god, dude. Finally. Well, it wasn't even that long, but wow. Wow. Let's go. Oh my god. That can be improved so much. That's insane. Wow.